Jesus and his disciples were in a small boat, passing through the Sea of Galilee. The sun has set, and the quiet night begins. The disciples were tired after a long day of teaching and healing. Suddenly, a strong wind blew. The sky darkened, and dark clouds came. The waves began to hit the side of the boat. The storm is getting more and more intense. The wind hissed, and the waves were as high as a mountain. The water overflowed into the boat, and the disciples began to panic. They tried to slap the water out, but it was useless. Meanwhile, Jesus was still sleeping soundly at the end of the boat, peacefully in the middle of the storm. The disciples couldn't believe their eyes. How can you sleep in this situation? Caleb's disciples shook Jesus up. Master, don't you care if we're going to die? He cried out in despair. Jesus stood up and stepped out into the middle of the boat. He looked at the roaring storm, then raised his hand. He said to the wind and waves, "Be quiet. Shut up." Immediately, the wind stopped blowing. The waves are quiet. The sea becomes as flat as a mirror. The storm has completely dissipated. Jesus turned to look at his disciples. "Why are you so scared? Don't you still have faith?" he asked. The disciples looked at each other, amazed. They whispered to each other, "Who is this person that even the wind and the sea have to obey?" From that day, the disciples learned a valuable lesson. No matter how big the storms of life are, they know that as long as they trust in Jesus, He will always be with them and bring peace.